All I'm trying to do is get it to smooth, build that elasticity, and feel for when it starts to get combined enough. And those ratios I did are like the perfect. You do essentially 3 to 1 when you're doing peasant dough.
Yeah? You call it peasant dough?
Peasant dough. The reason why I call it peasant dough is because in places like Alley and things like that in Italy, they couldn't afford eggs and things like that. So a lot of them, they did peasant dough, which is basically water, semolina. And you'll find in Italy, there's all these places that are just like whole alleys of just nonnas or grandmas just making one type of pasta. This is one of the easiest ones and one of my favorites for just making at home. You know, if it's really humid at home, your flour might not use much water. And see, it's starting to get nice and smooth. Just about that protein going. That's what makes it a noodle. If I just combined it, just like a really shitty cracker. I'm basically waiting to feel that spring, you know? See, it's almost smoothed itself back out. I'm gonna go a little bit more. I'm just doing like a little simple half fold and a push forward. We'll just cover it, damp towel, 15 minutes. All right, so the dough's been resting for about 30 minutes. And you can start to see the difference from that spring, how much softer that is.
So you don't want it to spring back up?
No, that's what the whole point of resting is. You're trying to relax all the protein and everything else in there. A little more of your semolina flour mix from Knead's. What we're trying to do essentially is make a nice little snake. It's a fun thing to do. That's why so many families, like, it becomes like a family recipe. Your family makes orchetti, your family makes cavatelli, your family makes gnocchietti. So you're kind of cutting into these little pillow shapes, which is kind of similar to what you see when you make like gnocchi.
Yeah.
Well, this is a Cavatelli board, or probably a Garganelli board.
Right.
We're not making Garganelli, we're just using the wood for the shape. You can do this on any wood board, a sushi mat. I like the little rips, the ribbles in there. I think it makes the sauce stick to it better. So what you're trying to do, you're going to grab the cut side, push your thumb into it, press it, and then just let it roll, release. I'll edit that one out, because unfortunately I didn't flour the board enough. You have a nice floured Cavatelli board, or Garganelli board. Press your pillow into it, grab the cut side, and there you go.
There you are.
And that's how you make.
Oh, that could really hold on to some sauce.
Oh yeah. So like, if you don't have one of these, I'll show you a couple things on just a normal wood table. Honestly, use a sushi mat. Sushi mat, everyone has one of those at home, hopefully. Same thing, get a little flour on your board. Just keep the grains from being filled up. And there's two ways to do it now if you're just doing on a wood board. You can do your thumb again, which as you see, still has that nice kind of hole throughout it, little shape. A lot of people do this, the two fingers. They'll stretch it towards themselves. So like I said, Cavatelli's, you could do it without the beautiful rivets.
Rivets look better though.
The rivets look way better. That's more like, that's kind of a sign of more of an affluent kind of family. Okay, you can see how like this is, you do an afternoon making this, you have pasta for the next couple weeks. And one of these times I'll show you how to do orchetti. It's another peasant dough. Uses a very different kind of shape though. And with these you can freeze them, and it holds great. You can cook it from frozen, or you can dry it for a good half an hour and then put it in a bag and let it sit in your fridge for about 5 to 7 days. This is definitely an easy way to make delicious pasta that looks unique, and I haven't seen too much Cavatelli for sale in stores. B footage, or if you actually want to.
I have B-roll.
Yeah, B-roll is always good.
Sometimes it gets compressed, like jump it up by like 100% to speed. Look how fast he's going.
So our water is at a nice boil. I'm just going to take our Cavatelli we made before. I'm going to give it a little shake off. Get all the excess flour off. If you don't, your pasta water is going to boil over, and it'll be a little gummy when you actually go to use it. You don't want too much flour in your water, because starch water, pasta water, big part of our pasta sauce here. All right, since this is fresh pasta, this should take about a minute to 2 minutes.
Yeah, fresh pasta takes a lot less.
Now, normally on the restaurant situation, I have 2 burners going. I'll have my carbonara going as soon as I drop this. I only have the one available right now, so we're going to do it just in stages. Also makes it kind of easier. Get our pasta boiled to as al dente as fresh pasta can get. It's a little more, not as toothsome as dry pasta. Right. Which is why a lot of people actually prefer dry for carbonara. That's why I like the Cavatelli if I'm doing it with the fresh noodle versus fresh spaghetti or bucatini. Because when you use fresh of those noodles, there's not a whole lot of bite to it. Carbonara needs texture. has to have texture. We'll check this in about a minute. Yeah, so my goal for the pasta water is always, I should have said this earlier, I want it to taste like the ocean. Salty as can be, because when you're doing fresh peasant dough, you add very little salt to the dough itself.
Right.
All that seasoning should come in this. If you put too much salt in the dough, I find it makes it too tough, personally. But you salt the water, it's flavored, it's tasty, it's delicious. A good seasoned pasta water, you should be able to take the water, take some black pepper, take a little cheese, and you've got cacio e pepe, which is a delicious sauce.
Ah,
right?
I want to make cacio e pepe.
We can do that. So I'm just going to splash a little bit of olive oil on here, keep them gluing together.